Hello and welcome to our web series from MAHSA University. I am Dr. Ali. I'm head of Department of Pharmacology and Toxicology, and I'm a lecturer over here. And I welcome you all to all my viewers today's webinar series of MAHSA University. I am actually representing the faculty of pharmacy over here, and our faculty has all the range of programs which can make you excel in the pharmacy profession, all the way from down diploma in pharmacy all the way up to the PhD in pharmacy. Let me briefly tell you about all those programs. I have already told you about the diploma in pharmacy, which actually helps you around with moving your career forward as a pharmacy technician. Then we offer bachelors of pharmacy as well, which will make you a pharmacist, and not just any pharmacist, the pharmacist which can contribute to the society and the betterment of the world as well. Then we have a newer program, and this one we have started just a few years ago, but don't think that it is new, so it is not valuable. It is a BSc in Science, Pharmaceutical Technology. With this program, you will be able to embark to the industry in the cosmetics and all the other pharmaceutical industries and other industries which deals with the pharmaceutical preparation. Now, then comes the excellence. The excellence comes with the postgraduate programs, and we have in masters and the PhD both. So in the masters and the PhD, we have qualified supervisors who are there to supervise you, guide you in your research, and the research areas are from very, you can choose a wide range of research topics, all the way from microbiology to pharmacology and toxicology and drug design and even the clinical pharmacy. Now, that is enough of the introduction of my faculty, and let's move towards our webinar session for today. And for today's session, we have chosen a very interesting topic, and that is, what does a pharmacy technician do in the hospital settings? And who would be better than two guys who actually teach the pharmacy technicians, who make pharmacy technicians by themselves? And I have two speakers from clinical pharmacy department, faculty of pharmacy. Miss Nick is here with us, and Mr. Kader is here with us also. We are really pleased to have both of them over here. And I think I have said enough. I will give the floor to Miss Nick. Miss Nick, the floor is all yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ali, my dear colleague. My name is Nik Atira Rashida binti Muhammad Rocky. I am a lecturer from Clinical Pharmacy Department, Faculty of Pharmacy, MAHSA University. So today we'll be having a webinar. The title is, What Does a Pharmacy Technician Do in a Hospital? Together with me is my colleague, Mr. Kadi Muhammad. He will also be explaining to you guys about the job scope of a pharmacy technician. But I will start first. Okay, these are some of the job scope of a pharmacy technician. They will receive prescription, filling medicines, dispense medicines. They can also do stock purchasing, okay, pre-packing of medicines, and they can also be involved in compounding sterile and non-sterile medicines. But all of these activities should be under pharmacist supervision. In a hospital, pharmacy technicians can work in a variety of units. They are needed in the outpatient pharmacy, in the inpatient pharmacy, Galenical unit, sterile and aseptic unit, pharmacy store, mother and child health pharmacy, as well as discharge pharmacy. These units and departments are varied according to the facility or according to the needs of the hospital. Okay, so for the outpatient department, as you can see from my slide here, from the picture that I'm showing you right now, this is a normal setup of an outpatient department in a government or private hospital. If you can see, this is a dispensing counter, and there will be several pharmacy technicians or pharmacists manning the dispensing counter. Okay, this is a smaller version of an outpatient department. So these are the workflow of the outpatient pharmacy. So I want you guys to imagine that you are a patient. So when you enter the outpatient pharmacy, after you have seen your doctor and then you have received your prescription from the doctor, you will go and you will enter the outpatient pharmacy department, and then you will see the dispensing counter. At the counter, there will be a queue counter service. So the pharmacy technician will provide you with your number, your queue number. After they have given you your queue number, they will take your prescription and they will screen and verify your prescription. During the screening process, they will see whether the prescription is not expired, it is still valid. They will check for the dosage, frequency, duration, and whether the prescription is signed and issued by a physician. And after that, they will transcribe the prescription. Transcribing is a process of transferring information from the prescription into a computerized system, or we call it PHIS, or Pharmacy Information System. After they have done the transcribing, they will print the labels and everything. And then pharmacy technician working at the medication filling section, they will fill all the medication that has been ordered by the doctor. And after that, the filled medication will be brought to the dispensing counter, and the pharmacy technician manning the dispensing counter will dispense the medication. During dispensing, the pharmacy technician should be able to provide counseling and proper instruction on how to use the medication. So all of these processes should be supervised or monitored by a pharmacist. Other than these processes, pharmacy technicians are also involved in restocking and prepacking medications, as well as extemporaneous compounding. Extemporaneous compounding is where we use or we turn the solid dosage form into a liquid dosage form. For example, we use tablets and make it into syrups or suspension. Okay, that's what a pharmacy technician do in the outpatient department. And then moving on to the inpatient department. From the name of the unit itself, you know that pharmacists working in the inpatient department will be catering to the patient admitted in the ward. Okay, so the pharmacy technician working in the inpatient department, they will still receive the prescription, either manual or computerized prescription. They will interpret, screen, and validate the prescription. After that, they will fill the order according to what the doctor has prescribed, and the order filling must be according to unit of dose or unit of use. After that, during the filling, they will fill the IV admixture, tablets, capsules, syrups, as well as external preparation. So all of these medications will be transferred into a patient trolley. Later, I will show you guys the picture of a ward trolley, okay? So after they have done the medication filling, a pharmacist will be asked to counter check and verify whether the medication filled by the pharmacy technician is correct, the dose is correct, the medication is not expired, and the duration is correct. Okay, and then after it is counter checked and verified by a pharmacist, the pharmacy technician will need to call the nurses from the respective ward to come and collect the trolley or the ordered medication. Okay, so now this is the picture of a normal setup in a pharmacy, inpatient pharmacy department. So this is the trolley, and from the trolley you can see there's multiple drawers. So this is where the pharmacy technician will fill all the medications prescribed by the doctor in the ward, and we will put the medication inside the respective trolley according to the patient's name and patient's bed number. Okay, so from what I have shared with you guys, so in doing all of these processes, working in a hospital, you will need a special skill set and also special knowledge to be joining hospital, to be working in a hospital. So in MAHSA, we provide the Diploma in Pharmacy program and Bachelor in Pharmacy program. So we have experienced staff, we have excellent facilities. So feel free to join us. You are so welcome to join us. Okay, and now I will pass the presentation to my colleague, Mr. Kadi. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Atira. So I'm Mr. Kadi from the Faculty of Pharmacy from Clinical Pharmacy Department. So I will continue on what are the other roles of pharmacy technician that you can do if you are going to be a pharmacy technician one day. So moving on, just now Ms. Nick has touched on outpatient department and also inpatient department. So let's see what is about Galenical department. So Galenical department, there are a few jobs or a few tasks that you can perform as a pharmacy technician. So first of all will be the preparation of internal and external medications. So internal medications will be like your cough syrup, your PCM syrup, and the external medication will be those you are going to use externally, means you are using on your skins. Let's say the acryflavine solution, which is an antiseptic just to treat if you have any wounds. So second one will be stock procurement and ordering, because in Galenical we are doing everything from scratch, means you are starting it from the raw material itself. So you are buying, let's say, not to say you are buying, you are ordering it from the main store. So the main store will send to you, and you just need to prepare all those raw materials into the internal or external medications. So thirdly, you are going to send samples for lab analysis. Okay, for example, if you are going to do the acryflavine solution, which is the antiseptic. So we are going to take one sample, which is one bottle, and we are going to send to the lab in that particular hospital just to check whether our preparation is sterile enough, means there is no microbial growth later if we are going to store for a period of time. So that is for point number 3. So for point number 4 will be pre-packing and labeling of your tablet drugs, raw materials, and also the prepared Galenicals preparation. So usually the manufacturer, which is the pharmaceutical companies, they sometimes will send it as in bulk. They will send it in big bottles. So from those big bottles, you need to pre-pack back in smaller bottles. Okay, so moving on to the next one will be distribution of Galenical preparations to other pharmacy department. So Galenical department will prepare, let's say, your internal and external medications, and then the inpatient pharmacy and outpatient pharmacy, which has been presented previously by Ms. Nick. So those department will order. So let's say outpatient department, they would like to order 20 bottles of acryflavine solution. So we're going to prepare and distribute later to the department. And next one will be preparing floor stock items for wards. Okay, just a brief regarding floor stock. So usually the doctors will go through and going to prescribe you with certain medication through a prescription. But according to this floor stock, so floor stock is those medication that is in the ward as for urgent use. So let's say paracetamol tablet, it can be a floor stock item because sometimes patient might develop fever or any mild pain. So that's why we need to have the floor stock in those wards. And lastly will be sterilization and maintaining cleanliness of the equipments. So during preparation of internal and external medication, surely we are going to use machines. Okay, we are using beakers, all those flasks that we are going to use for measuring the liquid. So we need to sterilize them and maintain the cleanliness to avoid any microbial growth. So these are the examples of Galenical preparation done by the pharmacy technician from MAHSA University students. So on the left hand side will be the cream preparation. So if you can see that they are using blender. So to make things easier, not to blender, I'm sorry, it's a mixer. So it's mixer making things easier if you are going to do as in bulk. Okay, on the right hand side will be all your syrups. Okay, those who are in amber bottle. Why we are storing it in amber bottle? Because we like to protect them from light. Okay, so this will be the process in Galenical department as in brief. So usually we'll receive order from the inpatient department or outpatient department. So we are going, after that, we are going to prepare all those raw materials. For example, if you are going to prepare a cough syrup. So under cough syrup, we might have the API, which is the active pharmaceutical ingredients, and also the excipients. So all those, for example, 5 items we need to prepare and then formulate according to the master formula. So don't worry, you don't need to do much of the calculation because there is a master formula. So you can just refer to it. So once we formulate the cough syrup, for example, so then we need to do the packing into smaller bottles, maybe a 60 ml bottles. After finishing with packing, then we'll proceed with labeling. So we need to label the name of the medication, the strength, the expiry date, and also the batch number in case if there is any issues with the product, so we can recall back the product. So there will be a temporary storage for a while because if you can remember in the few previous slide, we need to send a little bit of sample to the lab. So we need to temporarily store before we can use all those preparations. So once we have sent for sampling to the lab to check if there is any antimicrobial growth. So if the lab say there is no growth, so then only we can proceed to pass those prepared medication either to the inpatient department or the outpatient department. Okay, so done with Galenical department. So we'll move on to clinical services. So under clinical services, there are 3 subunits. So first one will be total parenteral nutrition, or in short form is TPN. So total parenteral nutrition is meant by if you have ever encountered, if you are going to the ward, there will be like a small bag and usually it is like a milk color. So it's like a light yellow in color. So that is considered as total parenteral nutrition. So under TPN, we'll try to provide whatever nutrition that is required by the patient. So under TPN, usually the pharmacy technician will help in preparing all those materials that need to be brought in the clean room. If you can see those 3 persons that are doing the TPN preparation, it is actually a clean room. So you need to wear a proper gowning, and then we'll try to limit the person inside the clean room just to avoid contamination. So second one will be therapeutic drug monitoring, or in short form will be TDM. So therapeutic drug monitoring is just to measure the blood level concentration of the drug that we have given. Okay, so for example, if we do have cases for paracetamol toxicity or paracetamol poisoning, maybe they are attempting suicide. Okay, so we need to withdraw their blood and we will go and centrifuge and we will obtain the plasma. So from the plasma itself, we can calculate. So the calculation will just, we are going to check whether it is in the therapeutic range. So if it exceeds the therapeutic range, so it shows that the patient might have poisoning. So for pharmacy technician, under this TDM, usually they will help in terms of calibrating the machine, because we need to calibrate from time to time, and also preparing of the blood sample. And the last one will be CDR, which is cytotoxic drug reconstitution, or in simple words, it is preparation of your chemotherapy drugs or oncology. Okay, so this is a part of clinical services. Actually, it is mostly similar to TPN. So pharmacy technician usually will just help in preparing all those materials that need to be brought in the clean room. And throughout the week, usually at the end of the week, we need to do a cleaning session just to make sure there is no particles left or any microbial growth inside the clean room. All right. So next one will be the pharmacy store. So every hospital will have their own main store. So under main store, what will be the pharmacy technician do? First one will be procurement of items from logistics. So this will be also assisted by the pharmacist. So in hospital, we have big pharmaceutical companies such as Pharmaniaga, CCM, GSK, AstraZeneca, and so on. The list can goes on and on because there are a lot of pharmaceutical companies from Malaysia and around the globe. So secondly, we'll be carrying out stock verification. So once the item comes in, so we need to verify from the invoice. Okay, so third one will be issuing out items from the sub-stores into pharmacy for usage. Okay, so just bear in mind for inpatient pharmacy and outpatient pharmacy, actually they will have their own sub-store because if everything relying on the main store, so if there is a reduction in the, let's say, tablets, so we need to do a lot of procurement. So we try to minimize this thing, so that's why there is a sub store in those two departments, which is the inpatient and outpatient. So number 4 will be restocking of items within the sub store. Okay, number 5 will be management of stock availability and usage production. So this will be done monthly and weekly of stock check. So usage prediction will be done monthly. So we'll like just to check how many, let's say, paracetamol tablets has been used throughout the hospital, means in inpatient, outpatient, even maybe the emergency department. Okay, so from that we will know that how many more are we going to buy in the next month or the next few months. And the last one will be making emergency order requests in of emergency outside working hours. Okay, so this will be the general process in main store department. So we are going to receive the order from your inpatient or outpatient department, and then we are going to check the main store inventory. So do we have any balance there in the main store? Alright, after you are checking, there is actually balance, so you can supply. The next particular step is we are going to check on the expiry date. So based on these two processes, whether you can use the first one, FIFO or FIFO. So FIFO is first expired, first out, or first in, first out. So which one has a short expiry, we are going to provide them with that one first. This is just to avoid any stock wastage. So the next one will be prepare items based on the list given. So the list can be quite long. So maybe they are ordering cough syrup, paracetamol. They might order some analgesics, right? So there are a lot can be listed there. So you just need to prepare according again to the balance that we have in main store. So once the items are prepared, so we can just call the inpatient or outpatient department to collect. And lastly, we need to do documentation just to tally again with the inventory balance. Okay, and lastly will be our conclusion. So a pharmacy technician will assist the pharmacist in all the departments in those pharmacy units which we have gone through. First one will be inpatient, outpatient, store, clinical services, which is TDM, TPN, CDR, and Galenicals. So they will able to gain employment even in private hospitals, not only in public hospitals, health clinics, which is your klinik kesihatan. Other than that, pharmaceutical laboratories, which is under pharmaceutical companies, and also manufacturing facilities. They may also continue the educational pursuit of a professional degree in pharmacy, as has been briefed earlier by Dr. Ali. So before I end, I would like just to go through a little bit on the requirement if you would like to enroll to MAHSA University. So if you are going to enroll in diploma in pharmacy, which is in short one, DPharm, so SPM you should pass with 3 credits, including 1 science subject. So it can be biology, physics, chemistry, general science, and 2 other subjects. So candidate who wish to further their studies into BPharm, so all your science subject should have a minimum of Bs and also another subject of mathematics. Right? It can be mathematics or additional mathematics. And if you are coming from O levels, so you should pass with a minimum of grade C in 3 subjects. And then moving on to Bachelor of Pharmacy, BPharm. So if you have taken your SPM, so pass with a grade C for Bahasa Malaysia and English, and also actually you should have 5 Bs in all those science subject. So STPM minimum of CGPA of 3 with grades of BBB, ABC or AAC in 3 subjects, which is biology and chemistry, and physics or mathematics. So it can be either one. So A level, BBB, or ABC or AAC in those 3 subjects, which is biology, chemistry, physics or mathematics. And the last one will be diploma in pharmacy. So if you like to continue from diploma to bachelor of pharmacy, so your minimum CGPA should be 3.5 and your SPM should be, all those science subjects should be minimum of 5 Ps. And then we have another program, a new program, which is the Bachelor of Science in Pharmaceuticals Technology, also known as PharmTech. So if you are coming from STPM or SPM, so you should pass your STPM with a minimum of grade C CGPA of 2.33 in any 2 subjects or it is equivalent, and possess SPM with 3 credits, which is in mathematics, 1 science subject, and the other subject is fine. So next one will be matriculation of foundation, so minimum CGPA of 2.33. And lastly, with diploma, you need to have a level 4 of MQF and a minimum of CGPA of 2.75. So bear in mind, there are also English requirement for PharmTech and BPharm. So actually, you should have a minimum of Band 3 for MWET. So that's all from me and Ms. Niatira. So I'll pass this back to Dr. Ali. Thank you. Dr. Ali, are you there?
Thank you so much. That was a brilliant presentation from our lecturers, and thank you so much for sharing this information with our viewers. It was not only the information that what does a pharmacy technician do in a hospital settings, but it is also what our graduates who are going to join us later, what do we expect from them, that what they are going to perform. Now, what I say, the question and answer panel is right now is flooding with questions. So one of the viewers have asked this question that do you have any because if you ask me, being a pharmacist, I was very worried when I went to the hospital setting, and I was quite apprehensive. But so the question is quite valid from my viewer, and he is asking that do the MAHSA University or your faculty specifically train your pharmacy technicians or the people who are enrolled with you in-house facilities are over there to prepare them for to embark their profession and show their professionalism in the hospital settings? Do you have any facilities, in-house facilities? Mr. Kader, would you like to answer this question, please?
All right. Okay, thank you, Dr. Ali, for the question. So actually, MAHSA University is blessed with these facilities. So we do have our own, clinical part, which is we have the simulation ward. Okay, so for under the simulation ward, we have this bedside teaching. So it mimics like you are in the ward. So we have a few beds, if I'm not mistaken, 3 beds, and we do have our own set of dispensing counters, and we do prepare them with medications. So actually students, D-Pharm students, and even B-Pharm students usually will go there and practice in terms of how to counsel the patients and what will be the counseling points and how to become better in terms of communication, since we know that patient can be from outspoken patient to a shy patient. So we need to train those students with this kind of abilities.
That's okay. There's one more question from our viewer, and Mr. Kader, I would bother you to answer this question. What is the
No worries.
role of pharmacist in identifying the drug interaction? It's a very interesting question. Yes.
Okay, alright. Thank you, Belaga Apalaraju. So what are the roles? I think this is quite an important role for pharmacists because drug-drug interaction, I think it can cause quite severe damage to the patient if we are giving the wrong combination of drugs. So this is as in layman terms. So if you are going to, let's say, combine drug A with drug B, and we know that drug A and B, if we are combining them, it may cause blood thinning. Okay, so this is our job, just to make sure that there is no drug-drug interaction from the first process itself, means during the screening of prescription. It's our role, so we always need to refer to our own reference on the drug-drug interaction.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kadir. There's one more question. People are asking a lot of taking interest in your presentation today. And Ms. Nick, I would like you to answer this question. And the question is about, and it is quite similar what I asked from Mr. Kadir, but this one is more about the hospital attachments. I know this, that, like I said earlier, hospital settings can be very scary because patients are not patient at all. So tell us about this hospital attachment that we were discussing earlier, your presentation. Yes, please.
Okay, to talk about the hospital training for the diploma students, okay, to train them to become an excellent pharmacy technicians, we will bring them to hospitals all over the nation, from Perlis to Sabah and Sarawak. We have the memorandum of agreement, and then we will make a letter and then send the students to the designated hospital. In the hospital, the student will be assigned to different departments according to a period of time, so they will get a proper training and a proper hands-on from a real life patients. So they will have the experience on how to handle the patients, on how to compound drugs, pre-packing. So they will have all the experience in multiple units of pharmacy departments in the hospital. So they will be trained by a pharmacist as well as a senior pharmacy technicians working at the hospital.
Oh, so what I understand from both of you is, number one, you have in-house facilities in order to train them to go to the hospital, and then you have hospital attachments as well, so that when they go in their professional life, they are all ready for what they have to do. Is it?
Yes,
Yes.
sure.
Oh,
Yes.
excellent. There is one more question, and people are not stopping over there. And the question is for both of you. Either one of you can answer. How about the hospital training for pharmacy students during the COVID pandemic? It's a very relevant question. The floor is all yours. Mr. Kader, would you like to answer that?
All right. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Ali. So since me and Miss Ning is handling those students that are going for attachment. So we just focus first one on diploma students. So currently, due to this COVID pandemic issue, we are certain that we are having quite some problem with it because not many hospitals are going to receive students. They are going to try to limit the number of students per hospital. Previously, it's average around, we can see 8 to 10 students per hospital. But currently, we can just say 1 to 2 per hospital. Okay, so how we are going to solve this is, first of all, there are still hospitals that are going to accept students. So we are considered as first come, first serve basis. So those who are lucky enough will go to the hospital. Secondly, we are providing training as well in the community facilities, which is for example, Guardian, Watson, any independent pharmacy. So we can go there and also we have certain pharmacies that can help you. And the last one, we do also have our in-house training, means those students that didn't get any placement in the community or the hospital. So we'll provide them with our own in-house training, not more, not less. So it will be equivalent, the same information that they should receive once they have undergoing the attachment. So that's about it from me. Maybe Miss Nick would like to add on.
Yep, during the pandemic, this current pandemic situation, we have come out with the diploma in-house training, as mentioned by Mr. Kadir. So with the lecturers, not only from the clinical pharmacy department, even from other departments such as the pharmacy practice, the drug and drug design department are also involved in giving training for the diploma students. So you will be we will be trained to compound medications. You will be trained on how to dispense medication. You will be trained on how to see the master formula. So all of this training will be provided to the diploma students in time of this current viral pandemic.
All right. I wish I could end here, but there is another very professional question, I would rather say, has been asked from one of our viewers, and that is, what is the salary range for the pharmacy technician? And I guess this is right now the pandemic is going on, and financial condition is one of the issues. So if somebody is asking to opt this as a profession, it is a very relevant question. So what is your output on that? Ms. Nick, would you like to answer?
The salary range will be varied according to what kind of sector that you are working at. If you are working at the government hospital or government clinic, I can safely say that it is a 4-figure salary. But when you are doing overtime, you will get paid more based on the overtime that you have done. But the salary might be differ from the government facility and the private facility and the manufacturing companies.
All right.
Yeah.
The last question, and since we all three are pharmacists sitting over here, are the pharmacists professional healthcare? Yes, they are. Definitely, they are. In this pandemic, as far as the nurses and the physician has played their part, the pharmacists were also the frontliners. They have played their part without any fear, very proud and very loud. And we are proud pharmacists as well. And we welcome you to become one as well and join the team and serve the community. With this, thank you so much, Ms. Nick. Thank you so much, Mr. Kadir. And for everyone who have joined today on our web series, I hope we will see you with us. You will visit our campus, state-of-art campus, with all the facilities which is needed to become a healthcare professional. For more details, you can visit our website www.mahsa.edu.my, and you can visit our social media website at Facebook and Instagram as well. That's all from my side. Thank you so much and enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you.